reason we are in Siem Reap today is to explore the Angkor area, except we're not actually in Siem Reap anymore. We are in a hotel room in Vietnam. Siem Reap is one of the cities in Cambodia, which used to be part of the Khmer Empire.
Can you stick your Khmer for this one here?
The Khmer Empire. Khmer is easier to say. From the 9th century to the 15th century, the Angkor area was thriving as the center of the Khmer Empire, Khmer, which was one of the largest and most prosperous kingdoms in Asia at the time. Angkor area extends over 400 square kilometers, which is huge, and you are highly recommended to do a tuk-tuk tour like we did because it's not walkable. You can bike it, but we didn't see anyone doing that, so I would highly recommend doing a tuk-tuk tour. The area is filled with various temples that were built by the reigning kings at the time as an expression of wealth and the success of the kingdom, and it was honoring both the kings themselves as well as their gods. In the 12th century, when Cambodia was the Khmer Empire, it was ruled by King Srei II. This is the king that began construction of what would become the world's largest religious site, also known as Angkor Wat. The whole Angkor area is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, so it is protected, and as you'll see in the vlog, it is under restoration. Some parts that were damaged during the time of the Khmer Rouge. When the temples were originally built, they were built as Hindu temples representing the gods in the Hindu religion. But following a loss in battle in the 12th century, the king at the time, Jayavarman VII, felt that the gods had failed him, and he reworked the temples to be dedicated to Buddhism. And this includes the famous Angkor Wat, which when it was originally built was a Hindu temple. Angkor was abandoned in the early 15th century, and while it was maintained by a few dedicated monks, it wasn't formally acknowledged again until French colonial rule in 1863. Now that it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, it is a huge tourist attraction, which is exactly why we are here. We did a 3-day tuk-tuk tour with Siem Reap tuk-tuk, which we booked through Reddit of all places, and we are going to be seeing a ton of the temples. I'll put a full list of everything we're going to be seeing on the screen, and with that history, we are now ready to go explore Angkor Wat. So we are on our way to Angkor Wat right now with our tour, but we haven't eaten yet. So our tour guide brought us to a cute little restaurant outside of the temple area that we're going to, and we're getting authentic Angkor breakfast. Is that what they said? So this is what we got for breakfast. We got some curry, some rice, and a mango shake. We are back in our tuk-tuk waiting for our driver. We're headed off to
Faraway Temple of Shiva, the Lady Temple, as he said.
Hi.
Hello. I don't know what to expect. There's going to be a giant statue of Shiva, who is a woman. Yes, in Hinduism.
Okay, so this morning we started here at Siem Reap, and we went all the way through here up to this temple. This is where we are right now, and then later today we're going down here, and we're going down here. This is the main Angkor Wat area. This is Angkor Wat itself, and we're going there on our last day. So that's where we are right now. Okay, I don't know if you can hear that, but I'm trying to get the monastery. It is the start of a 3-month period at the monastery. Today is the first day, so they are having a bit of a celebration. So we are at Banteay Srei, which is a Hindu temple to the god Shiva. There's a lot of really, really cool sculptures and carvings that represent war and different battles in the Hindu religion, and the entire area is made out of sandstone. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, this one okay. Okay, this one morning, madam. Okay, how much you pay me?
So we're back in the tuk-tuk. We just stopped by a local market that our driver took us to, where they use the palm
Not even
trees.
a market. It's just like a household.
It was like, yeah, a family-run little store along the side of the road where they use palm trees to make a bunch of stuff. You use the wood from the palm trees to make things like spoons and chopsticks and plates. You can use the coconuts to make bowls, and then you can use the leaves to make roofs for your houses, and then you use the fruits from the palm trees. You grind them up into kind of like a powder, and then you boil that powder down so it makes sugar, or these like really yummy little they taste like something familiar. What is it though? These really yummy sugar treats that Carson and I bought because they're so good. It was crazy the amount of things you can do with palm trees.
Palm sugar, palm oil, palm buttery sugar stuff, palm cookies, palm wood, everything.
This is it. It's basically just sugar. Carson remembered what it's reminding us of. It's like sugar from the maple sugar shack in Quebec.
It's that natural sugar taste, you know, real sugar.
Yeah, it's so good.
Oh, that's what it's from.
And then they put in the, it's not like only one, they have a lot, it's just put inside here. There's at least more is up there.
Wow.
And then they can just cooking. I don't know. All, and they put it in it, and then they keep it. They just hold it in here.
And then
Yes.
So our guide was telling us that a lot of the Angkor area was destroyed during the time of the Khmer Rouge and the bombings and the civil war that took place. So they are restoring it right now, which is why some of the rocks are different colors. They're trying to rebuild what was lost, which is really, really good, but also very sad. We are in the oncoming traffic lane, trying to merge into our lanes. Okay, so this morning I read on a blog post about this place that does rice noodles with egg and chive cakes, which are very, very popular in Cambodia. It's like from the French influence from the colonization. So we are very, very excited to try the chive cake. It is $1.25 for the rice noodle and eggs and 50 cents for the chive cakes in US dollars. So Carson and I both walked all the way over to find this restaurant and we're gonna try it. The other thing about Asia that we've noticed in terms of food that our host in Koh Phangan was telling us is that it's not offensive in the cultures to season your food additionally. So the restaurants here have like intense seasoning and like garnishing boxes.
So we have fish oil, a classic. Sugar. The sugar is actually good. We have that a lot. There's like all of them have like their signature chili spicy sauce, so that's what that would be. Oil of some sort, maybe vinegar, and presumably ketchup, but maybe not. You never know.
This is the food. We've got the chive cake, the egg, and the fried noodles. And now we're gonna season it. Okay, I have no idea what this is, but I tasted a little bit of it and it's sweet. So I'm gonna put it on my eggs and I'm also gonna put the chili sauce. It's really, really good. It's like udon-y type noodles. And that sauce, whatever it is, added such a good flavor to it. Yum, 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 yum.
Alright, really good. Really good.
So we were snooping, as we do, when we don't know what to do with the food and how to season it. And the locals were putting that sauce on it. So, and they were very right. The sauce is really, really good. It makes a huge difference.
Hot. Really good.
I might wait a little bit. That, I think, is in at least my top 5 favorite meals that I've had this entire trip. It was so good. The chive cake was so good. I highly, highly recommend, just like everyone online said. It's so, so good. And I will put the name of this place on the screen because it was really, really good. And I loved it. I loved it more than Carson did.
It was very good. It was very good. It wasn't, Hannah started out saying it's my favorite meal of the whole trip, and I was like, okay, well, it's not my favorite meal of the whole trip, but I like it a lot.
It's for sure my top 5, maybe even my top 3. We're back in 7-Eleven and they have the grilled cheeses that we love from Thailand. This is our first Cambodian 7-Eleven. And it's the other nice thing about Cambodia is that everything is in US dollars. So it's weird seeing things in a dollar value that's similar to Canadian dollars. The only downside is that Canadian dollars are valued less than American dollars. So everything's slightly more expensive than the sticker price you see, which is annoying. But they have all of the same pastries that they had in Thailand. The only other downside is that they only take cash. So we finally found Slurpees. We've been looking this whole time. Carson's so happy.
Oh wow.
We got our Slurpee, but pro tip if you're buying Slurpees in Asia, they're like 50% air. So you gotta give them a real hard tap on the counter because it was like we filled it all the way to the top and it's like 50% air. So, well, disappointing. We are now walking through the Riverside area, which is just surrounded by night markets and street food that's actually reasonably priced, and it's super, super pretty. So we are just walking around. Okay, we are in like a grocery store now, and we're looking for a razor and shampoo and conditioner, and it's just so weird because it's brands that we know from home, like St. Ives, and everything's in US dollars, so it really feels like being at home. Just weird because we've been gone for like over a month and a half at this point.
Hello. So today I'm documenting what I've been excited for. So now that we're in Cambodia, I finally can get like a safety razor, which I like because you can't bring them on planes, but we're not on a plane for months, right? So I found this little gem at the supermarket. So the razor was 60 cents American, blades were 30 cents, so under $1 American total, and we're gonna try it out.
Unbox it better if you want it to be ASMR. I make the sounds.
Yeah.
And now we're unboxing the blades. Everything is raw.
2 blades.
That's the razor.
Got a very plasticky feel because it's all plastic.
Alright, so it's day 2. We are going to our favorite bakery we found for breakfast before we start our tour. So, the way that the currency works here is you can pay in local currency, which is called rials. The exchange rate is around 4,000 rials is $1 US, or you can pay in US dollars. So, this cost us 7,000 rials, which is less than $2 US. So, around 2 Canadian dollars. I got something called a milk yogurt. I don't know what it is. We also got a custard bun. And then Carson, what did you get?
I think I got like chicken floss in a hot dog bun.
Yeah.
That's
so,
good.
It's around 7:30 right now. We decided we wanted to go to the bakery before our man picks us up for our tour at 8. Because yesterday we got kind of taken when he brought us to breakfast just because we went to this super touristy place. It was $16 US for us both to get a curry and a smoothie. Which doesn't sound that bad by Canadian standards, but
It's like
considering this
10 meals in.
Yeah, considering this costs less than $2, it's quite steep. Okay, we're gonna do a little tasting. Let me take it out of the package. This is my milk yogurt. All it said was milk yogurt, so I'm hoping it doesn't have meat in it because the other one said like with chicken floss. So let's give it a taste. It's good. I think it's just a bun. I don't think there's anything in it. What about you, Carson?
That's good. It's got like shredded chicken. And it's quite yummy.
I was mistaken. It is filled with something. It just took a while to get to the center. It's got like custard, probably milk yogurt in it.
Ready?
Ready.
So these are our tickets. They have our faces on them. Alright, we're having our custard bun now in our little tuk-tuk. Oh, I didn't get any custard. Okay.
No custard.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we are at our first temple of the day. This one's Kraban Temple. This temple was created in 921 AD, and it is dedicated to both the Hindu god Vishnu and the goddess Srei.
Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh,
This temple is called Prayrup, and it is a Hindu temple. It is built very similarly to East Mivan, which is where we are going next. The main difference is that this one is protected by lions. This temple was built in the 10th century. It is very, very tall, and it is loosely translated to turn the body, which coincides with the belief amongst Cambodians that funerals were conducted at this temple. This temple is very tall. These stairs are very, very steep. You have to be very careful. It is very hard to walk up in a skirt.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me
So there's a ton of sellers at the places that we're going, the temples, and they really come after me more so than Carson. It's just a ton of booths. No, thank you. No, thank you. So this temple we're at is called East Mivan. It is very similar to the temple we were just at. The main difference is that the previous temple only had lions as the guardians. This one has statues of elephants as well. This one was built in the 10th century under the reign of King Rajendravarman. I don't know if I said that properly. It is a Hindu temple that was made to honor the god Shiva and also the king's parents.
You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry.
It is also on what was an artificial island, but the island has all dried up now because the water has gone to the rice farmers, so now there isn't any water surrounding the temple anymore.
Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just me, your body, and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. Some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight.
This temple is called Siem. It was built in the 12th century by King Jayavarman VII, and it was dedicated to his father. It's really, really cool. It's definitely got like a Indiana Jones vibe to it. It's got two walls that protect the temple, one on the outside border and then one on the inside surrounding the temple. So this temple is 30% destroyed during the Civil War, which is a lot compared to the other temples. And in 1998, the World Monuments Fund launched a restoration project. So they've been doing a really, really good job at restoring this temple to what it previously looked like. The restoration process is a combination of reattaching pieces that had fallen off and remaking pieces from scratch to finish the temple. The good news is that the temple is able to stay open as it's being redone. They just close sections off. So our guide was saying that this temple is one of the Cambodian locals' favorite temples. To them, it represents luck, and they can come here and pray and get a blessing. He also said that the water is also lucky, kind of like holy water, so you can take it and you can wash your hair with it and bring it home. So that is the door there that lets you go in closer to the water, and you can take some. It's lucky water. we're actually going to one more sneaky last temple. The last one wasn't the last one.
I think it's just this gate.
Oh.
I think this
Carson and I are so tired. So this is the gate to the Angkor Thom area. Angkor Thom is the name of the capital city of the Angkor Kingdom, which is where we are now. So Carson and I are out trying to get food now. We're very, very tired and it's pouring rain. We tried to wait for it to stop. It's like dying down a little bit, but it's by far the wettest it's been the entire time we've been in Southeast Asia. And the streets are flooding. There's so much water, it's coming up out of the drains. We finally made it to the restaurant. We're super hungry because all we had was like a small breakfast this morning. It's around 5 o'clock. I got the vegetable fried noodles and some fried spring rolls. Kristen got ama, which is like, kind of looks like a curry-ish sort of thing. And he got it with fish, which is one of the national dishes in Cambodia. They also had it with tofu, so I might try to get it with tofu one time. And we got a banana fruit thing. So that's what we're having for dinner. Okay, so this is ama. You can get it with a variety of different meats. Carson got it with fish, because that's the classic one, apparently. Want to give us a try? So we just finished dinner. The entire dinner was $6.25 USD. So that's like $8 Canadian. I don't really know. So this morning when I went to brush my teeth, I thought there was something weird inside my toothbrush, and it was a bug that had crawled in between the bristles. I was so close to brushing my teeth and it had crawled in between the bristles, and it was disgusting. I got really freaked out by it. Luckily our hotel gave us toothbrushes, which was so weird. But
shitty hotel.
But that saved me, because that's what I've been using to brush my teeth. Anyways, there's been a lot of weird bugs in Cambodia all over our hotel. It's a bad hotel, first of all, but it's pretty gross. So that being said, we just stopped at the store and I got a new toothbrush and a toothbrush cover because I freaked out about it. And we also stopped by our bakery to get some snacks after dinner, and we got an entire loaf of raisin bread to eat for breakfast and lunch because we are leaving at 4:30 a.m. tomorrow to see the sunrise at Angkor Wat. So when we left to go to dinner, it was pouring rain and our hotel started leaking through the patio doors and the windows. So we're going back into our room now and we're going to see what the damage is. It wasn't that bad, but it was kind of gross. The water's not too bad. Wet there, and it's all wet here from the door. It did rain really hard, but this hotel just is not very nice. We thought the power was out for a really long time because it took so long for it to come on when you have to put the key card in to get the power to work, and it didn't work for a really long time. All in all, this hotel is not the best. To sum it up, actually, you can book this hotel for 2 hours. That is the vibe of the hotel. So we're only here for 5 nights while we do 3 days at Angkor Wat. It is 4:30 in the morning. I have the flashlight out again because it's very dark, and we are headed to Angkor Wat to catch the sunrise for the last day of our tour. So hopefully that's what you're going to see next. What we brought for breakfast today is just a loaf of raisin bread. So that's what we're going to be eating all day on our tour. Today we are at Angkor Wat. We caught the sunrise, which was a little disappointing because it's cloudy, but now we are getting to explore Angkor Wat, which is super, super exciting. One thing that we didn't realize was that our tuk-tuk driver who's been taking us on a tour isn't actually allowed to come in to give us a tour, you have to be licensed. So we're exploring by ourselves, not with the tuk-tuk driver today. So Angkor Wat was built in the 12th century, and it is built in the capital city of the Khmer Empire. It is the largest religious structure in the world. The moat that surrounds it is 5 kilometers long, and the wall that surrounds it is 3.6 kilometers long. Originally it was a Hindu temple, and like many of the other temples, it is now a Buddhist temple. When it was a Hindu temple, it was made to represent Mount Meru, which is the home of the Devas in Hindu mythology, and now it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This is like a special area you have to go through to get up here. You have to climb up these huge stairs. Now we're about to go down. It's kind of scary. They're very steep. So we just finished at Angkor Wat. It was so cool. Like I said, your tuk-tuk driver can't come in with you even if he is giving you a tour of the other monuments. You have to hire a tour guide that is licensed. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you book that, or there's some waiting out front, or you can explore by yourself, which is what we did. Also, the theme with all of these temples is like if you have any mobility issues, they're really hard to explore because the stairs are really steep and uneven, and I just wouldn't really recommend it. And I would really recommend getting there for sunrise, as I'm sure anyone who's planning to go to Angkor Wat already was planning to do, but it was really cool. Even if we didn't get the bright sunrise, it was still really cool. Nothing like a post Angkor Wat loaf of bread for breakfast. It's around 7:30 right now, and we're headed off to the rest of the temples with our bread, which we left on the seat of the tuk-tuk, and I thought for sure it was going to get stolen by monkeys, and it's all here. And it's so good. So this temple we're at is the temple from Tomb Raider. This is where they filmed it, and it is very well restored. It's almost 100% complete. 95% restored is about what our tour guide said. So it is a beautiful and basically completely restored temple. This one is the third temple of the day. It's called Tai Kyo. Carson can't decide whether or not he wants to be in the vlog or not.
I do. This is our third temple of the day. It's called Takyo.
It was built in the 10th century.
And this one was never finished because as it was being built, it got hit by a big storm, like lightning or something. And the king said, no, it's unlucky, and just stopped it. So it's never, and they haven't even rebuilt it. It's just stuck in time, which is actually very cool.
Stuck in its half-finished state. So we're gonna go explore this one, and then we only have one more temple, which is one of the biggest ones. It's like the big three kind of are like Angkor Wat, Tapram, and then Bayun. I never looked up how to pronounce any of the words I'm saying.
Also, I've checked hundreds of times, and Hannah ignores me, that it's pronounced Khmer, like Khmer, instead of Khmer.
Well, it's just I took a class on the geographies of Southeast Asia, and my prof said Khmer Rouge, so I just thought it was Khmer.
As if it's French. It's French. It's like French influence.
Because of colonization.
Thanks, Hannah.
Our guide warned us that this temple has steep steps, and he was not mistaken. They're also the original steps, and it's slightly raining, and it poured last night, so they're wet, they're slippery, they're steep, and there's a lot of them. So you can see from there and just all around that it's unfinished. It's hard to tell that it's unfinished intentionally based off of the fact that a lot of the other temples are in restoration processes right now, so they also look a tad bit destroyed.
Okay.
These stairs are only just wide enough for your feet to stand horizontally, and they're so steep and breaking apart, it's kind of scary. So this is Victory Gate on the way to our last temple. We're in Angkor Thom right now, which is the ancient city, and then it kind of like one by one all connects over to Bayon, which is the final boss. We are very tired, but we're getting our second wind knowing this is our last temple. So we're exploring Angkor Thom right now, and then that's it for the temples. We're done. The GoPro's gonna die, my phone's gonna die, I'm hungry, and we're very hot, so we are done with the temples here. So our guide was saying that at the Royal Palace on Khmer New Year, they have a big celebration and the president and the prince come down, and it's like a big party area. He said that they also make it so that you're not allowed to have any form of transit, so you just have to walk in. It's a long way. This right here is the Bathuan Temple. Assuming it's one of the temples. Finally made it to the final boss, Bayon Temple. And there's a ton of monkeys all over the place. that's it. We finished with all of the temples. That was Bayon Temple. It was the first temple mountain in Mahayana Buddhism. And now we are done with our big tour of the Angkor area. This was an insane 3-day tour. I'll do a recap when we get home tonight because my phone is low on storage. My favorite temple was Thap Ram, which is the Tomb Raider temple. Carson's was also that temple. I also liked Angkor Wat. Carson liked this one. I didn't like this one as much.
I like this one a lot with all the faces and stuff. But the Thap Ram, the tree one, is just so big and complete. It was awesome. I really liked it. It feels like you're walking through ancient times. There's so much to walk through.
This tour was insane. I would definitely not recommend biking it because between biking everywhere and then walking through the temples all day for 3 days, it's just way too much. So I would really recommend getting the tuk-tuk. I will link our driver down below because we loved him.
The 3-day tour with a tuk-tuk for all 3 days is easily the best way to do it. I wouldn't recommend anything else.
Yeah.
It was amazing. The only thing else would be a week, which seems like a lot.
Now we're going to get some food because we started at 4:30 this morning. It's like 11:30 now, so we've had a crazy busy day and we're exhausted.